Allow me to reintroduce myself.
Welcome to Game Time with Hubb, your all-access pass to the hottest stories in football, basketball, boxing, and wrestling. Whether it's game-winning touchdowns, buzzer beaters, knockout punches, or jaw-dropping suplexes, we've got it all covered. He's your host, Hubb.
Yo, what's good, everybody? You're locked in with Game Time with Hubb, the spot where we break down all things sports, football, basketball, boxing, wrestling. If it's making noise, you know I'm talking about it. Look, we got a stacked episode today, NBA Finals action, moves in the NFL, latest updates, WNBA heat check, Monday Night Raw this week was straight up fire. Let's not waste any time, man, and hop right into it. Listen, kicking it off with my wrestling fans, let's start with Monday Night Raw. It was wrestling this week, and here's why. First off, Bayley's back. After being taken out for WrestleMania, she made a surprise return and came straight for Becky Lynch. Becky was out there flexing her new Intercontinental title, but Bayley, she had other plans, man. Full on attack mode. The crowd went nuts. Looks like we're getting a Bayley versus Becky Lynch feud, and I'm locked in. My thing is, where does Lyra fit into it? As she lost the title to Becky Lynch. She was coming out to confront Becky, but Bayley came from the other side, got in the ring and started putting in work on Becky and had her retreating. Lyra looked kind of confused out there, but why should she even look confused if Becky Lynch the one that put out Bayley, so you knew she was going to come back and go get her lick back no matter what. Next up, look, the main event from Monday was Gunther versus Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight title. You know what? This match was straight up violence. Gunther got Jey to pass out in a sleeper, so he didn't tap, But Gunther is the champion again. And honestly, this time around, hey, look, they might build him to be very unstoppable. Who knows? But there are matches for Gunther that they could put together, like Gunther versus CM Punk. You got Gunther versus Seth Rollins. He got the Money in the Bank brief case now. You could do another Gunther versus Sami Zayn. There's a lot of options. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But as far as Jey Uso go, I feel like this title run was short. I thought he would at least had a belt until SummerSlam. But what's next for him? Do he get a rematch with Gunther again? Or will he be fading into the tag team division, reuniting with his brother Jimmy? Because Jimmy's over in SmackDown. He's kind of like in limbo. Don't really know what's going on with him. It would be cool to see them reunite as a tag team, but put them over there on Raw. Like the tag team division over there on SmackDown is already stacked and loaded. Street Profits, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, even though that'd be a crazy matchup. Motor City Machine Guns versus the Usos over there. That right there to be cool. They already got like their tag team division over there on SmackDown is way better than what's on Raw. I think injecting the Usos as reunited and putting them over there on Raw will give new life to the tag team division over there on Raw. They can challenge the new day over there for the tag team titles. So we'll look out and see what's going to go on next, man. In other news for Raw, R-Truth is gone. So WWE Universe got introduced to Ron Killings. Us who been following TNA and all that stuff from back in the day, we know who Ron Killings is. Former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. No jokes, no games, just a serious dude. So this right here is a serious, fresh start for him. It feels like it's going to be a new chapter. I can't wait to see what's next. The man cut off his hair on top of the announcement table on Monday. So I'm looking forward to it, man. And that's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, man. I can't wait. We also kicked off the King and Queen of the Ring tournament this past Monday with Roxanne Perez and Sami Zayn. They both got huge wins in two crazy fatal four-ways. This bracket is already wild. I can't wait for the other matches on SmackDown this week. And we got John Cena versus CM Punk one more time. It's happening. This time it's gonna be at Night of Champions, and so the build-up is real. We know, if you knew their historic storyline from way back when CM Punk won the belt and he left the whole pipe bomb and all that stuff. Everything that went down. Look, it's gonna be another classic storyline between these two. Both are great on the mic. So I'm looking forward to it. And also next month is the all women's event Evolution. So we're getting another one of those. Nikki Bella came out on Monday, introduced that, and also teased a little Nikki Bella versus Liv Morgan type situation. So we'll see what happens with that. Look, Raw this week was lit. I'm looking forward to SmackDown. I want to see the continuation with Jacob 552 now and Solo, since he turned on Solo at Money in the Bank. Well, I wouldn't say it was a turn on. Like Solo really was using him. So we're gonna see how this right here unfolds. Maybe Jacob get a little bit of help right now. Looking like it might gonna be Jimmy, but maybe somewhere along the line, WWE go ahead and get that contract with Zilla 552 out there, man. Come on, man. God, you gotta bring him in, man. Come on now. All right, let's flip it over here to the NFL. The mini camps, officially live. Teams are back on the field. It's evaluation season. Rookies trying to prove something. We already seen clips of Shador Sanders out there in Cleveland. He dropping dimes out there, looking good. We got vets. They looking to stay sharp. And expect some under the radar names to make some headlines. The biggest news is Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. He signed a 1-year deal with Pittsburgh. He says he's all in. Word is, like the team is already built, the offense around him already, with DK Metcalf and other signings they had this offseason. So my question is this going to be like a 1-year rental? Rodgers is 41. How much juice he got left in the tank? Or is this a bridge to Arch Manning in 2026? We never know. I'm just throwing it out there. Like, listen, if Arch happens to end up in Pittsburgh, I said it first. I mean, so, but yeah, like we really gonna see what's gonna happen with the Steelers. Do I feel like they're a Super Bowl contender with Aaron Rodgers? No, they are a playoff. I feel like they're gonna make the playoffs. But as far as representing the AFC, nah. I still look at teams like Kansas City, number one. You gotta look at like Buffalo. You still gotta put them in there, even though they happen to choke every time. But you still gotta put them in there. Houston is over there. Cincinnati. Yeah, they had an up and down season last year, but they're gonna be back. You even throw like the Chargers over there as well. Baltimore. You know what I mean? Like there are teams over there in the AFC that I put higher than Pittsburgh. I feel like Pittsburgh is a playoff team, but I don't think they're going to be like a strong contender for a Super Bowl. But we'll see. Week 1 for the Steelers is the Jets, so it's a little bit of revenge for Aaron Rodgers there. And also the big one, I think, is Week 8. That's against the Green Bay Packers. So Rodgers versus the Packers. That's must-see TV, I'm quite sure. I know that's probably going to be the primetime game that week. So we're going to be locked in for that as well to see that. Another NFL news, a front office update for the Colts. With the passing of Jim Irsay, his daughters will be taking over the ownership there. So, they're promising stability moving forward. I wish his daughters the best with the Colts organization. And also we got the highest paid punter ever, Michael Dixon, from the Seattle Seahawks. 4 years, $16.2 million. Field position matters, y'all. The punter got paid $16.2 million. That's wild work. And the Ravens, they're in the starting the little talks here with Lamar Jackson, to give him an extension. So, he is in line to get the biggest quarterback deal yet. These are just opening stages. Nothing has been put out here, set out here in stone. But with 41 touchdowns last season, they are in the opening talk. So expect to hear something, rather sooner than later. So now with the as far as like the NFL rules and stuff, like both teams are now guaranteed to get overtime possession. So that right there is cool. The tush push stays, so they voted. The tush push now stays for the Eagles fans. So now you guys are happy. It is what it is. So listen, I'm ready for preseason. We about 2 months away. I can't wait for the season start in September. I'm looking forward to it. We need to get back to football. I love football. It's the number one right there for me. But that's it for my NFL wrap. We going to spin the wheels over here to the basketball world. And look, don't sleep on the dub. Let's run through the biggest WNBA headlines this week. The New York Liberty, they are still undefeated at 9-0. They're really killing the Commissioner's Cup race. Sabrina Anessa, look, she dropped 23 last night. Stoy added in 18. Listen, that team's on another level. Team's really on another level. Like they dismantled the Sky last night. And speaking of the Sky, Reese, she had made some history. Fastest WNBA player ever to reach 30 career double-doubles. She did it in just 42 games, 17 points, 11 boards last night. Even though they lost to New York, but she's still a walking double-double. We salute her. I know she get a lot of slack, especially from the internet trolls. My thing is, man, look, that woman has a lot of talent. Everybody's talking about, oh, she get her own rebounds, me bounds. Hey, listen, I guess people ain't never seen like Moses Malone. And when you bring up people like Moses Malone, the first thing somebody says in return is, well, he's a Hall of Famer. Okay, and he still did it. I mean, like, Angel Reese's career is not over yet. We don't know what her career is going to turn out to be. We don't know if she's going to be a Hall of Famer. We don't know. What I know is people making big deals about, you getting your own rebounds like that's a bad thing. If anything, is bad on your shooting percentage. But if you want to talk about somebody getting their own rebound, wouldn't that be more of a knock on the defenders over there? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you allowing her to box you out so she can go get the rebound? Hey, think about it. But I know people just like the clown. Like I said, I guess people haven't seen guys like Moses Malone and guys like Charles Barkley, who Moses Malone gave some sound advice to when Charles was in Philadelphia, his early years, about how to get his own offensive rebound. But here, there, say there. But I guess people like to be like trolls and like to try to be funny when they speak on things they really don't even know about. Like, you trying to criticize something for, you know what I mean? Like, you really trying to criticize her for getting her own rebound, where there are many other players before her and also players today that still do like the same thing. So my thing is, man, look, let that woman play ball. Keep doing your thing, Angel. Continue to be that double-double queen. We salute you over here. Keep up the good work. I just hope Chicago Sky builds a better team around you, so you can start getting, you know what I mean, like start building your team accolades up. You know what I mean? A lot of the individual accomplishments is cool, but I'm quite sure that you do one day want to see a WNBA title. You know what I'm saying? So we salute you. Keep doing your thing over there in Chicago. Moving on to the Washington Mystics, man, they blew out the Sun on Sunday, 104-67. Brittany Sykes led them with 28. Flawless at the line. Rookies like Kiki and Sonya, look, they're making major strides. They are probably like the two top candidates for like Rookie of the Year right now. Man, look, the Washington Mystics are a very good team right now, and they're only going to get better. Like, they have the draft capital due to the trades with the Chicago Sky, as well as the Minnesota Lynx, who are also undefeated, and they have control. I think they have control of Chicago Sky's first round pick for next year. That's just wild. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is a possible, like, well, not a possible. They are a contender, and they're gonna have a top pick in the draft for next season. So that's crazy. The Golden State Valkyries, look, they're becoming the real deal too, man. They took down the Sparks in OT. In that game, Kelsey Plum, she did hit 1,000 career assists. She is a member of the Sparks, but the Valkyries have been picking up some good wins, man. They beat the Aces a few nights ago as well. The Aces are kind of like in like a struggle here. I want to see what's going on with them. And then we got the Minnesota Lynx, which is matching New York over there at 9-0. Piece of Collier's cooking, man. Look, she had just earned like the player of the week out west. The league is getting spicy, man. Look, they on a collision course with New York, and we don't get them until July 30th. We gotta wait a whole month for this game. So I kind of hope they both stay undefeated. I know New York got the Liberty on Saturday, and I mean not the Liberty. New York is the Liberty, but New York got the Fever on Saturday. I believe that's Caitlin Clark's gonna be back, but I hope that New York can stay undefeated and Minnesota can stay undefeated until July 30th, so we can get undefeated versus undefeated, see what's going to really happen. But they're going to play three times this year. The first matchup is going to be on July 30th, and I cannot wait. Look, WNBA, man, look, it's getting spicy. The play is very physical. You just have to start tuning in. And look, I can't keep saying it enough. Like, I see people in comments when they talk about the WNBA, and it's like you can see clearly who is not watching. I'm just telling people, look, you need to start watching. Like, I got league pass. It's entertaining. I just wish that they had a better schedule planning for their games. Like last night, yeah, you had two games on last night, but whenever the NBA is not playing, you should have WNBA games on. Like tonight is going to be WNBA games, so I'm going to be like multitasking with the finals on one TV, WNBA on one TV, WNBA on the computers. Like I'm going to be spread out all around so I can try to watch as much as possible. But WNBA should really be capitalizing on like however they make their schedules. They need to make it around the NBA playoffs because they start, you know what I mean, like during like the NBA playoffs. So they should be looking to put games on nights where there is no NBA action. I think it was a couple days ago where it was before the finals started, and it was like a few days that went by, and it was just nothing on TV. Like I'm like, we need to have some type of like basketball on. It wasn't nothing. Like WNBA wasn't playing, NBA was getting ready for the finals, but it wasn't anything on TV. I just hope they get better with that, and also with the TV deals. Like I said, like the Ion Network and all that stuff. Like I didn't know what that was until I started watching WNBA, but I know they do have a deal with ESPN. Like two other games on ESPN last night. I know they do have some games that be on NBA TV, but not everybody has NBA TV. I hope they get like a better like TV deal. Like maybe since the NBA is moving off of TNT, maybe they can get a deal with like TNT. Cause I know the Unrivaled League, they cooked on TNT. And I think you get like WNBA on TNT, that'd be cool too. I mean, because everybody has TNT unless you just don't have cable at all. You know what I'm saying? So getting a better TV deal should be something that they look forward to getting, hopefully. But the product is amazing. It's good. I just wish they had more exposure on other networks. You know what I mean? I know they got CBS and, you know, like the playoffs on ESPN and some games on ESPN too, but like the Ion Network, like unless you know what that is, like, you know what I mean? Like you're not really gonna be tuning in, and not everybody has NBA TV. But my question for the NBA, for the WNBA is, man, look, can anybody stop the Liberty or the Lynx? Maybe they're gonna have to go up against each other and see who can really stop who, but that's the biggest question right now that I have from watching the WNBA so far this season. Like I said, it's lit. I'm looking at tickets to go to a Mystics game next month, either the Aces or the Sky. I want to see Aja Wilson play. Like I went last year with the Mystics against the Mercury, and I got to see Diana Taurasi play. And that right there was an amazing experience. That game was just so lit. Like I said, it's just like the competitiveness. They play like their regular season games, like they're like NBA playoff games. You know what I mean? So it's that same type of like energy every single time. Like I said, if you ain't been watching the W, you might just want to tune in and check it out. I can't keep saying it enough. But moving on, man, to the NBA now. You know, we are, look, NBA Finals, game 3 goes down tonight. It's tied at 1-1. Just a quick recap, game 1, you had Halliburton hitting the buzzer beater, to give Indiana the win 111-110. GA, he had dropped 38, but Indy ended up still in the game in the final seconds. The Thunder led the whole game until those final seconds of the game, which was crazy. And then game 2, which was the other night, was on Sunday night. AC came out, dominated 123-107. Jay Cook with 34. Indiana couldn't get a single player past 20 points, which is crazy. On Indiana couldn't score 20. The Thunder defense was crazy, was smothering. My standout so far for this series is SGA with 772 points through two games, which ties Wilt Chamberlain's record for 9 straight 30-plus playoff games at home. So we know if the Thunder end up winning this series that he's definitely going to get the MVP for the finals. So that would make him league MVP, conference finals MVP, and then finals MVP. He'll sweep with all 3 of those. I don't think that has been done. It hasn't. No. So that'll be the first time that right there has been done, I believe. But as far as Indiana goes, Halliburton needs to be more aggressive to me. For this Indiana Pacers team to go. So they got game 3 tonight in Indy, at 8:30 tonight Eastern time on ABC. So I'm looking forward to it. You know what I mean? Like if Indy needs to treat this as a must win, and take care of business. If not, I believe that the Thunder's going to end this thing in probably about 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I do think Indy can win the series, even though Oklahoma City is the better team on paper, but they just got to start showing it. Like, it's like they start the game off with like these careless turnovers. Like, they have to clean up that and just play with more pace. Or sometimes in certain situations, they got to slow down. Like when they're turning the ball over a lot, they got to start slowing down just a little bit. I mean, when everything's clicking, then yeah, you can go full throttle. But when you're turning the ball over as much as they have been these past two games, sometimes you got to dial it back a little bit and just set your plays up. Like I said, I look for Halliburton to be just go ahead and lead this team. Leverage on guys like Siakam, who's been there and won before, and just slow it down just a tad bit until things start really clicking. Even when Oklahoma City's up like 15, 20, I never really think that like Indy's out of it. Cause they'll come down and hit a couple threes, then it's like, okay, now they're really back into it. They just gotta just slow it down a little bit and turn it up once you start getting into a good rhythm over there. As far as OKC go, keep doing what you're doing. But around the league, it was some rumors that the Knicks, they tried to make a trade for Kevin Durant during like the deadline this year. That would have been wild. That probably would have put New York over the hump if they was able to get that deal done. Oh well, but I'm a Celtics fan. That's why I laughed. I don't, you know what I mean? Hey, Knicks, whatever. Listen, but Giannis is also staying put in Milwaukee, so that kills all the rumors. We've been hearing like, oh, Giannis to Boston. I don't know if that was even like a true story or whatever, but it was like Giannis to like New York or Boston, somewhere like that. It looked like he's staying put in Milwaukee, but we never know. Things still can happen. It's still early. The actual season isn't over. So we'll know come what, like I think it's like July 4th or something like that. Whenever the new league year begins for the NBA, that's when we'll find out more. Cooper Flag is leading the 2025 draft class. We all know that Dallas has the number 1 pick. You know, hey, let's see what happens, man. Cooper Flag, Kyrie. Is Kyrie still going to be in Dallas? Was looking like he is. But hey, that right there going to be a crazy combination when Kyrie's back healthy coming off that ACL. And that's the wrap for today's episode of Game Time with Hubb, man. Look, we hit everything. NBA Finals, WNBA highlights, NFL news, Raw recap, WWE. Look, make sure you follow, share the pod, hit me up on socials. Let me know if you team John Cena, CM Punk. Yeah, I mean, you looking forward to that? Let me know. WNBA wise, what's up? You Liberty, you Lynx, or you got another team? You know, Seattle out there. Hey, you know what I mean? And who is taking Game 3 tonight? You know what I mean? Like Indiana, OKC. You know, let me know. Hit me up. Let me know. I'm going to post the highlights. I'm going to start getting into posting more WNBA highlights as well. Because the ladies, they need more exposure. So I'm going to start, you know what I mean, helping, doing my part, putting stuff out. I was doing it with the Unrivaled League. So I'm going to go ahead and do it with the WNBA as well. So so look out for those on all my social media platforms. Like I said, if you on YouTube, it's at Game Time with Hubb. If you on Instagram, it's Hubb Legacy. TikTok, same handle. Facebook is Game Time with Hubb as well. Podcast, wherever you get your favorite podcast, I am on there. Odyssey being number 1. Then, you know, you go to Spotify and everywhere else. But listen, much love as always. This has been Game Time with Hubb, where the game stays on and the takes stay hot, man. Till next time, y'all. Peace out.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Game Time with Hubb. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss Game Time action. See you next time.